Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's meeting. A lot of shenanigans happening right now. Welcome. I hope you have all ordered something for yourself. If you have not ordered, you have to wait until the break. Sorry. If you arrived late, you missed your opportunity to order something. Welcome to our online audience as well. Today is our 317th meeting. Perfect. We have one new guest. Let's all look at him, make him feel very, very comfortable. In a moment, I will ask you to come and introduce yourself. Don't worry, in a moment, not now. You have time to prepare to think what you say. Nikolai, come in. Welcome. Welcome. Yes, please choose any seat you want. And you can put your coat outside the railing. You can put it there for now. You can put it there for now.
Some sexual content here.
That's for the after party. Sorry, that's for the after party. Okay, I have a question for all of you.
Talk about it.
Vasilisa,
Can I order it?
do I talk in your meetings very loudly? I'll talk to you very loudly, but not to our guests. What is your least favorite role to take during a meeting? Anyone? What is your least favorite role? Not the officer's role, okay? The meeting role. What is your least favorite?
The Toastmaster of the day.
The Toastmaster of the day.
The timer.
The time. I need the timer today. Toastmaster of the day. Timer. Why?
Too much work.
Too much work. Why timer?
You have to concentrate on breaking time and you can't listen well.
Okay, so too much work, have to concentrate on something else.
Table topic speaker.
Why?
Because you have to think.
Because you have to think fast. My least favorite role used to be the general evaluator. I hated used to be the general evaluator until people kept inviting me to be the general evaluator. I blame you.
You told me not to.
I blame you. I also didn't like it because I thought it was boring. Honestly, I'm sorry. But the more I did it, the more I realized that made me a better speaker. It made my speeches better, taking that role. And I developed new skills as well. So that's the benefit of taking roles, my friends. In future meetings, please take roles. We always like to see creative ways to be a timer, to be an accountant, to be a Toastmaster of the day. This is a space for you to be creative, to be innovative, to try something new. You don't have to follow a script. Improvise, be creative, do your thing, do what you want. And with that, we always also like to welcome new members. We have a guest among us today, Nikolai. I would like to invite you to the stage.
Thank you very much for this opportunity.
No problem. Please, can you tell
The most worst.
the worst?
The most worst.
Don't say worst.
Worst
Worst
So,
thing.
hello everyone. My name is Nikolai. London is capital of Great Britain. Thank you thank you, Bulat, for this opportunity for me to be here. I'm very curious about this. Never attend such meeting before. For me, it's absolutely new experience, and I'm really curious about public speaker skills and people who each other to become better each time. I'm just sit here and watch and touch to this secret knowledge.
Perfect.
Thank you.
We hope to share something new. Thank you very much, Nikolai. Just quick announcement, this is the end of the stage. Please do not try to go past it because then the camera will not see you. If you do go past it, the floor is lava, okay? The floor is lava. Yeah, you'll get burnt. Enough of me. I am very happy to introduce today's topic, winter activities, and to present our Toastmaster of the day. Please come in. In a moment, I will present the Toastmaster of the day. The Toastmaster of the day, Tatiana Vladisheva.
Madam President, dear fellow Toastmasters and guests, my name is Tatiana and I am your Toastmaster tonight. And as all of you know, winter holidays are just around the corner. We are going to spend a lot of time with our families. We are going to meet our friends, which we haven't seen since last winter holiday. And we are going to have a lot of fun. And to be able to get to that destination faster, we are going to use all kinds of transportation tonight. We are going to use skiing, skating, snowboarding, watching movies, partying, and many more. Any kind of activity which brings you a pleasure counts as an activity. So if you're ready, buckle up and let's go. And do not keep you waiting. I would like to invite first participant of the meeting tonight. It's a thought of the day, and it is Daniel Prislovo.
That's what you get for talking.
And Daniel's favorite activities are skiing and cross-country skiing. And let's see what else that Daniel likes to do in winter. Daniel, please.
Yeah. Hope you will share a lot of information. Are you writing down?
Yes, yeah, give it to her.
Yeah, Nikolai, you said about revealing some kind of the magic of public speaking. Just omit that one. Sorry for the next one. I don't know actually how it happened, but somebody, they joined me to the running club of the Toastmasters, and my life actually changed. Because you open it every time, in the day, they're running somewhere, then running some, in Suzdal, in Moscow, they're kind of traveling, doing all sorts of stuff, and you're like, amazing. Traveling, so, but that's over, that is over, because winter is coming. And your club will be closed for the half of the year. And it's time for the winter activities, for my favorite activity, for the skiing. So I'm going to be posting in your club my pictures of me in the forest. I'm doing my favorite activities. But to be honest, I like skiing, but I like how's it called from the slope, the mountain.
Skiing.
And no skiing and in the forest. Yeah, so I like skiing, and actually my wife prefers the cross-country skiing, right? And with women, it is a problem. They do not feel the boundaries. If they're into something, they can really go into it with a full heart. That's why last winter we spent the 31st December in the forest and the 1st of January in the forest. So if you see someone in the forest, please forget, it's going to be me. But it's a lot of fun, so please join us in our winter activity.
And you guys all know that to be able to do winter activities, we have to, we like what kind of winter activity? Like going down the hill skiing. We want to make sure there are no obstacles on our way. And tonight we have a row of the accounter who wants to make sure that there are no extra words, no extra sounds, no other obstacles in our speeches. And it is Bulat Safiullin.
The one with the motor.
And let me tell you what Bulat likes to do in winter. Do you mind?
Yeah, of course you can.
skating and sliding down snowy hills on the tube. Ice skating, so peaceful and smooth that it's like a gliding on the air. And tubing is just so much fun and so exciting that it's like you feel like on the top of the speed. Without these activities, winter be so boring for Bulat and I think for all of us. Bulat, please explain your role.
And yourself.
Yes.
And you can add more about winter activities if you'd like to.
Regarding the connection of winter to my role, I think it will be very difficult to say something. The last time when I was here, Alexander Uzyanov blamed me that I was always in the role of timer. That's why I decided to change traditions, and then today I'm a counter.
You were frozen in the role of
Yes,
timer.
so it's my first time, and I'm going to carefully listen to your speech, and I will try, yeah, of course, I will try to listen killer sounds, listen for killer sounds, which is include up, well, so, like, but, repeat, and then by the end of the meeting, I will tell you about their words in your speech. So
Thank you very much. And as I have mentioned earlier, there are all kinds of winter activities and only ourselves decide which one suits us the best. But when we are talking about effective communication, we all want to follow all same rules, and I am talking about English grammar. And tonight we have a special role for that, and this is going to be Samira Dostar, our grammarian, and she will listen to us attentively and watch for grammar mistakes. And towards the end, she will present a report, but I will let Samira explain her role better. But let me tell you about Samira's favorite winter activities. This is very sweet. Do you like? Samira's favorite activities include taking peaceful walks in snow-covered streets, spending cozy evenings with loved ones, and watching heartwarming Christmas movies like Love Actually. She enjoys these activities because they create a sense of warmth and connection, even during the coldest month, and remind her the beauty of slowing down and appreciating simple joys. I think this is so delicate. This is so you, Samira.
Toastmasters and guests. I'm Grammarian today, and my role is to help you enhance your English language skills. And I will be listening attentively to each speaker, taking notes of any incorrect grammar usage, as well as any interesting word choices. I will also introduce the word of the day so that you can expand your vocabulary and incorporate this word into your speeches. Given the topic related to the winter season, I tried to select the word of the day that could reflect the spirit of the upcoming new year. And the word of the day is sparkling. Yeah. It is an adjective and it has several definitions. The first one is shining and flashing with light. For example, the calm and sparkling waters of the lake, sparkling blue eyes. The second definition is containing bubbles of gas. For example, a sparkling champagne or wine. And the third one is excellent or brilliant. For example, a sparkling New Year performance. At the end of the meeting, I will provide feedback on the English language usage and highlight both strengths and areas for improvement. And this will help you to become better communicators. Let's have a break. Thank you.
Thank you very much for a sparkling presentation. Dear fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests. Does number 87 tell you anything?
87.
87. 87.
Someone's age.
Yeah, it's a year.
87. No, not
What,
years.
27?
87. 87.
87.
Don't even try.
Is that the number of activities you're planning?
This is the exact number of days left until winter, spring comes.
Oh.
And this is not as much time as you think it is, so do not waste your time. Do as many activities as possible. And to help you tonight with the time management, we have a special role, a timer. I was gonna say time master, it's called timer. And our timer today is Anna Rubinina. And Anna's favorite activity is skating. That's because, and focusing on not falling, because that keeps her focused, not thinking on a problem, concentrated on the present moment, and that keeps her mind clear and focused. And I'm totally with Anna in terms of skating and focusing.
Thank you for the introduction. Unfortunately, you have ruined my introduction to timeless role because you said the exact number of days till spring. So who remembers the number?
87.
87. So my idea was to say that we are in Russia and Russia is famous for the endless winter. Tanya said they're not endless, they have, no.
That's
this
calendar winter.
Yes. How I wanted to connect it with the timer's role, I wanted to say that our meeting won't be endless because I will track, I will keep the track of time and show you the signals to keep you in the limits. So every participant knows their limits. Though I don't know the time limits of our second speaker, Alona.
I need 15 minutes.
Yes, so at what time should I show you the green?
30.
2 minutes before.
Okay, so 13 minutes green, 40 minutes yellow, and red will be at 60 minutes. Okay, so at the end of the meeting, I will give you my report as that will show how well you did. You've done at the meeting.
Thank you very much. And last but not least, role for the first meeting, for the first part of the meeting. And this role keeps up the mood for the entire meeting and brings a lot of fun and joy towards at the end of it. And I would like to invite here Ksenia Kiseleva, our quiz master. What's to do during winter? And yes,
Slow walks down snowy winter streets. With a dog.
not really, not close. She likes watching New Year shows and movies as an outdoor activity. As for outdoor activity, she likes tubing. Please welcome Ksenia. Ksenia, please.
Thank you.
The stage is yours.
Actually, I don't really like winter, but tubing makes sense. Today I'm a quiz master, so be careful and listen carefully for our speakers. And I will ask questions, and you will get some sweets, maybe if you get right answer. So thank you.
Listen to carefully what the speaker said. And now it's time to go to the main part of our meeting, prepared speeches. And our first speaker is George Perelman. He is going to be online. And as for winter activities, George has actually very interesting activities: skating, snowboarding, cross-country skiing, and removing snow from the front of his house. That's very interesting activity. And George is going to present his speech. Where is motivation to go? Where is motivation to go? George Perelman. George, the stage is yours.
Let's just check the sound first.
Thank you.
George?
I'm here.
We are here as well, and we can hear you.
Great, you hear me well.
Yes, perfect. Let's applaud.
Hello, everyone. And I have a question to you. Who follow the rule that you should do 10K steps a day? I follow.
10K steps a day.
10,000 steps a
Okay,
day.
we have 2 people in the audience, you just can't see them.
Oh,
Okay,
great.
people.
And do you know why 10,000?
I know.
Why?
Tell us why.
The creators of the app just decided that. It's not justified.
Yes. It was in 1964. Before Olympic Games in Tokyo, and one company, they invented step counter. It was 60 years ago, and they invented it, and they call it man-po-k, and it translated directly that 10,000 steps. So there were rule to do it, and they invented it, and there were their marketing. So I do it. I do 10,000 steps a day, and it doesn't matter even it is in summer or in winter. And I hope you do it also. Those two who do is in our audience. Another story. Whoever do some activities or sports in order to find friends there. Okay, not probably in order to, but as a result of your participation, you got some friends from that activities. Whoever get that result.
Everyone.
Yeah, great.
Three people, 4 people.
So I know story when a woman went to go yachting to get married, to find husband there, and she does that result. She got this result. Okay, another question, another story. Whoever done some things to teach people. So, for example, when I teach my son to do some things, for example, cut trees, and I chop some things, and I do it. I like it, but honestly, I wouldn't do it without that task. So I do it because I need to teach somebody or somebody else. Who have ever done that things? Is it complicated or not? Question. So you do it because you need to teach. You like it, but you wouldn't do it without that purpose. So as for me, 1 year ago, I decided to become a snowboard instructor in that purpose, because I really like to teach people, and I have knowledge how to snowboard, and my intention is to share my knowledge, to teach somebody else. And during last winter, I taught snowboarding, many people, and I like it, and I going to do it this winter also. So what are that three examples about? Have you got it? One word.
Sport.
I,
Related to sport.
yeah, so that's motivation. That are examples about our motivation, why to do something, why to go in for activities, because all of that examples are about activities. And I know some people who see winter and they don't want to go anywhere else because it's cold, it's winter, and I don't want to go. And that examples are about your passion, your motivation. And my my suggestion to you is to find your motivation, how to go and to do activities, to do sport during winter. So go and do it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, George. I like that your presentation fit in our meeting very well. And now I would like to invite your second speaker, Alena Tikina, with her really beautiful presentation. Alena Tikina, Mandela chart, framework for goal setting. Mandela chart, framework for goal setting, Alena Tikina.
Before we start, I need presentation and the person that will help me to move all this.
I am on it. Okay. Так, видим. Ага. Share presentation. Yes. This is timer. I hope you have not started the time. Yes. Okay. You tell me when to change. Yes.
Yes, I'll just show some just.
Perfect.
Hello, dear Toastmasters and guests. I have a question for you. Have you ever set for yourself an ambitious goal?
Yes.
All the time. I see that Toastmasters are usually very goal-oriented person. For those of you who did, I think that you might agree that it is very difficult to collect all your thoughts together, to organize them in a way to achieve such outstanding results, because the project is so immensely complex and long-lasting. But there is a little example of a person that achieved sparkling results using one secret technique. The person on the slide is Shohei Ohtani, Japanese baseball player. He is considered one of the most powerful sportsmen in baseball because he has abilities both as offender and defender. It means that he is very well-rounded, and that's why he is one of the most strong sportsmen. He won Japanese series in 2016, and after that he signed one of the most valuable contracts in sport history. How could he achieve those results? He used mandala chart. The template for this chart looks a little bit scary, but don't worry, the algorithm is quite simple. As you can see, it resembles mandala a little bit. It has a core main goal that you want to look at and think about. And it also has 8 areas that you need to improve in order to achieve the main goal. Each area has 8 tasks. You write them down, and after you done all of that, you can say that the area is completed and you can move on to the next one. So let's look at the example of Shohei Ohtani, how it looked for him. when he was young, he decided to set a goal for himself to become the best player in baseball in his professional league. In order to achieve it, he understood that he needs to work both on mental abilities and physical abilities. On the slide, you can see that he has some tasks for improving body, control, sharpness, speed, other things, personality, karma, and so on. Of course, I shouldn't read everything that you see on the slide, but I think that you now understand what I'm talking about, generally. So let's move on. Now that we are so inspired by his example, let's talk about how can we do this mandala chart for ourselves. The first step is to draw the chart. You can do it in Excel, you can do it on a simple piece of paper, or you can download the app that some enthusiasts already did for us. You can also do it right now because further we will have a little exercise. If you want, you can do this chart for yourself while we will discuss all the things. The next step is to identify goal theme, what you would like to achieve. For example, it can be something related to your professional career. I want to become a chief marketing officer in the next 5 years. Or you can say something more broad. I want to achieve such things in 2025. The third step is to define categories. If you look for goals for your next year, categories can be something like hobbies, relationships, career, other things, anything that you might find very important for yourself. The fourth step is to set tasks for each category. From the previous example, we take category health and write task like I want to go to the gym 2 times a week for the next month. So that's how you fill up all the squares and do your mandala chart. You're breathtaking at this point, but after that you can also review and update it from time to time. You can ask for feedback from friends, relatives, from Toastmasters, maybe they can give you also some ideas that you can write down here if you don't have any thoughts. So that's basically it. Let's practice a little bit.
Next.
Yes. Imagine that you really want to win table topic contest. So, dear Toastmasters, do you have any ideas what areas you need to improve? Likability, maybe. Other ideas?
Vocal variety.
Yes.
What is that?
Argumentations, critical thinking. Critical thinking.
Generally, all the things that you say can be here, but I decided to just a little bit group them down by items that judges are looking at. Usually.
One time.
If you have ever seen how it looks on the paper of judges, the first one is speech development, effectiveness, physical expressions, voice appropriateness, and correctness. But we also have 2 spare squares that we can write down something. Do you have any ideas, suggestions?
Money.
Money?
Yes.
To buy?
Just good to have.
To buy the judges.
Money is
Just
always
look
a good thing.
confidence. Look confidence in Brian.
Commit the things you will be later ashamed of. Never commit the things, never behave, never do anything you will later feel ashamed of. You will sorry afterwards.
It's something like a philosophical idea.
Why not? Why not?
Maybe. I decided that it is better to write here 2 things. The first one is
Sorry, I apologize. Do we have any orders? Anyone wants to order anything? Yes, no?
Wait.
Let's publish. Excuse me. We can see.
yes. One. Okay, missing time limits and personality. Personality, I looked from Shohei Atani's chart because he found that some characteristics can help you to stand out and be a likable person that can share ideas and get to the audience easier. So we can move on and just duplicate all these things a little bit further. As you can see here, now we need to create tasks for each of them. For speech development, do you have any ideas what we can do to develop this?
Brain.
Practice. Do we do some table topics twice? Yes, yes.
Learn some basic types of structures for table topics.
Yes, you're right. It's actually, I just divided it to practicing the introduction and practicing conclusion and practicing the main body. It can be just be reduced to something smaller. But yes, your idea is very. Okay, I think that you can just have the next slide.
This one?
Yes.
Mhm.
Vasilisa, you were right. We have practice online in buddies group. We have in Telegram chats where we practice table topics daily just by sharing English. Okay, the next one. Here, I also wrote down some things, ideas that you can practice to increase the effectiveness of your speech. I think that I should also say that you can repeat these tasks for other things as well. You can sometimes write not tasks but notes like next one. For personality, just characteristics, leadership, helpfulness, enthusiasm, just something that you can orient towards to further work on it. Basically, that's all that you need to do. Of course, it sometimes takes not 1 hour. Some people do this chart for themselves for weeks, for months before the next year, because it just helps you to see the bigger picture. I think that this framework has one main advantage, that you have everything on one piece of paper and you see everything that you need to work towards. Dear Toastmasters and guests, I hope that this framework will be useful for you. You will increase your creativity, your organizational skills. So set goals, practice, make plans, and you will achieve your goals very, very soon. Thank you.
Tell us more about yourself.
Set your mandala goal to winter activities.
Actually, I'm more of a home-sitting person. I don't like sports winter activities that much. I
Reading models.
Yes, just planning all my winter holidays, setting plans for the next year. Yes. Maybe that's enough for me.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Thank you.
Yes, they're winter activities. Maybe.
That counts. That counts. Setting plans for winter, for the spring is also it's a good winter activity. So. Guys, we have like 10-15 minutes break probably.
10.
I think we are ahead of time.
10
10
minutes.
minutes, okay? So don't waste your time. You can place your orders. You can chit-chat with each other.
It's break, right?
It's
How many
break.
minutes?
10 minutes. 10 minutes break.
Я вообще такого не делаю. Потому что мне пишут.
Dear fellow Toastmasters. We approached to the last activity of the first part of the meeting. No, actually, this is the first activity of second part of the meeting, better say. It is a table topic session. And I would like to invite to the stage our table topic master, Nikolai Marchenko. Enjoys indoor wizard activity in winter. He likes to stay at home and watch Harry Potter. Please welcome and be active during table topic session. Nikolai, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Tatiana. As Tatiana has already mentioned, I really not into this outdoor sport activities in winter. I don't like to freeze my ass off in the snow. So I better go to the sauna or watching movies. I have this big teacup, which is 1 liter, with a big box, big boss imprinted on that. So that's my actually favorite sports activities in winter. And the second thing I would like to mention is I like this great sparkling place. Sparkling. You do not only improve your English skills, public speaking skills, but also get a little bit tipsy. Yes, and coming to the point, as to the table topic session, I have prepared 9 questions. I have them printed here on these small pieces of paper. So you just come up here on the page, draw one.
The first one is fun.
Yes. One second, please. So you have from 1 to 2 minutes. 1 minute is green light, 1.5 is yellow light, and red color is 2 minutes. So you can finish your speech. So let's go ahead. Carter, please.
Okay. Read.
Please.
Okay, compare winter in the city. And you know about winter in the city, I have no idea, but anyway, and the countryside. Where is that? Yes. What does it mean winter in the city? Any guess?
Death. Lights.
Parties.
Many lights.
Salt on the street.
Gray snow.
Yeah.
Great.
Love.
So, thank you for this wonderful question, and I believe that winter should be extremely interesting, and extremely interesting winter is outside for everybody. For me, I'm also a skiing person. I prefer mountain skiing, and I cannot. Oh, by the way, I know there are some resorts in the city, for example, Kant, and my officers is going to have boot camp in Kant, in Nagorno, but not you. Seriously speaking, I don't like winter in the city because it's usually you have to wear a lot of time, even though some English people say there is no bad weather, right? There are bad weathers, right? But still prefer some sport style and skiing, and every time when I go to the office, I wear all this stuff and have all equipment with me. And people in the office usually say, Katya, go outside, countryside. So that is why for me personally, I really, really love winter, but extremely and exclusively in the countryside.
Not agree more, because the snow is really white in the countryside and not in the city. Please go.
We cope with the winter blues. How do you cope with the winter blues? Okay, nothing original. Again, hashtag. I have no talent of being eloquent, and opposite, I have talent of being brief. Very simply. I go ice skating.
Nice.
Any volunteers?
New people? New people? No? No?
Nikolai, please. By the way, how was Tezka in English?
Too much
Namesake.
opportunities today.
No idea.
Namesake.
What's your favorite way to spend winter evenings? Good question. Winter evenings, it could be really different. Depends if are you outside of the university, and depends on weather and city you present at the time. I mean, if it's Moscow, for example, it would be quite a good idea to have a walk outside among these Christmas lights, snow, and so on. But if you are somewhere close to Sochi, for example, it would be a quite different experience, and it's better to choose indoor activities and doesn't spend too much time outside, and it will be a completely different choice, let's say. That's all.
Someone volunteered. Did you work last time? Yes. Make the choice.
Don't forget to drink something before.
No.
How will you celebrate the new year? This new year? Oh. Actually, I didn't think about this New Year Eve. Maybe I can spare the New Eve with my friends, like maybe like you. Maybe, I don't know, I can spend this New Year by myself. I think it's also a great idea to have a rest without anyone. And I don't know. But actually, I thought in this summer, I thought that I want to go to South Sudan. Do you know that South Sudan is the most youngest, yes, the youngest country in the world, yes. But now we don't know if it's possible or not because we haven't group. And it's really expensive, and now we try to do something with it, but actually it will be not in the New Year Eve, but actually 2nd or 3rd of January. That is why we think about it, and I think maybe this New Year Eve I just prepare to my future trip. I hope, but cross. That's okay.
No, I want to go to South Sudan. Maybe better to some other place like Kenya or Tanzania, this tourist destinations. But it's up to you. South Moscow. I tell you. Okay, so any other volunteers, please?
Please don't.
Real Christmas tree or an artificial one? That's a really good question for me because I had a Christmas tree only like, 2 times in my life. The rest of it was delayed every time the new year came because parents said we will go some other place, we will not be in our apartment, we don't need this tree and all the other things around. I would say that artificial one is still better because it is not only easier to maintain from year to year, and you can take it like a week after New Year, not in March or April as you would do with the usual one, but because it is also you know that you can call yourself ecological person and feel a little bit better about yourself because I had several times when I went with my friends to the forest and they decided to take a usual tree that grows here as anything else. And I knew that after 2 days it was already really thin and not so beautiful, and I just cried because I said, friends, why are you doing this? The trees that can just stay in the forest and be a pleasure for our eyes for a little bit longer than 2 days. That's all.
So we have 4 left. Who would like please? Bullet, make a choice.
Thank you. Oh, good question. If you would spend the winter anywhere, where would you go? Actually, I don't know how to reply for these questions, but I can tell you why I like winter. Really, I'm winter person. I like this atmosphere when you have a lot of snow, when it's cold, and you can easily breathe. This is called air. I like so many lights. If I'm talking about where I will spend my best winter, I would say that should be somewhere in Russia. I like this atmosphere of winter in Russia. I like when the season is changing, when in summer you can see a lot of grass, winter snow, Christmas trees. So I would say the best place where I would like to spend winter, it's Russia. It doesn't matter, Moscow or countryside, but I like everywhere there. Thank you very much.
Shall we ask someone from online?
Look at online audience, yes.
2 people, Nevenka and
Would someone online make a choice? Table topic speaking session.
Nevenka, okay, yep, perfect.
Yes. Can you choose and read one for me?
So I can choose for you, yes? I'll take
And
the.
then read it.
I will. When did you stop believing in Santa Claus? Who told you that he doesn't exist?
It doesn't exist.
Guys,
When did you stop believing in Santa Claus? Who told you that he doesn't exist?
Well, I think it was maybe a year before I start going to school because my parents were not so good at hiding the presents, and I was very curious little girl, and I go around the wardrobes and check the things, and I accidentally found something that I thought that it will be probably my New Year's present, and well, that's how things, that magic stopped for me. And but I remember then from my girls, I have two daughters. It's not exactly Santa Claus, but it's this tooth fairy tale. They were saying, "Oh, there's no such thing." And then they got the present on Monday morning. And they said, "Okay, it must be, because on Sundays the shops are closed." So that's it. Thank you.
We still have time.
Yes.
Yes,
So we have two
around
more.
5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay. So we actually can make a more.
present wants to practice.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, go ahead. It's always a pleasure to listen to you.
Yeah, okay, go on then. What is your fondest winter memory? Honestly, the first answer that popped into my head was none of them. But that's not true, because the longer I thought, the longer I realized I actually used to love winter before. As a child, I don't ever remember thinking or knowing what seasonal depression is. That was never a question. As a kid, I always loved the snow. My birthday is in October. I wished for snow on my birthday. I remember that so clearly. On the 18th of October, I was like, please, 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 snow early this year. Now that I am a wise age of 32, I hate winter. I hate the grey slush on the streets. I want to go somewhere warm. Wow. I don't know, that's probably a question for the therapist, but if you have the answer, please do tell me later. But I think the reason that that's changed is that I'm focusing on the wrong things now. Now I'm focusing on that I don't like my job, and I don't like waking up for my job at 8 in the morning. So I blame winter. I blame the time difference between summer and winter. I lived for 7 years in warm countries. Now that I'm back here, it's cold. I blame winter. We see a pattern here, you guys. The thing is, the problem is never outside. The problem is always how you see things, because there's always something great. There's always something nice that we can discover in the present moment. Doesn't matter where you are, if you're in Zill Library, if you're in Spattenhaus, if you're on the street, if you are the company of Toastmasters. Okay, this is becoming a different speech. I'm sorry, I got distracted. But the point is, when you focus on what is happening, what good is happening in your life, rather than what's going bad, any memory is the fondest memory.
So global warming is good.
Message, here we go, thank you.
So I think almost everyone will agree that waking up at 8 o'clock, Valeria must be a lucky person.
Yes.
I wake up at 7. So we have
What? In the winter, it makes a difference.
yes, in the one last person who would like. Please.
What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite winter movie and why? Why do you love it? Do you remember old Soviet movie when the guys went to, it starts with, we have a tradition with my friend go to a banya. And same here. We have a tradition with our friends. Once a year in winter, we book a big recreational house
on a frozen lake, and it has a hot tub, it has a sauna, and a nice hole. And it is so much pleasure. Go from sauna to ice hole, from ice hole to hot tub, from hot tub back to ice hole. We are having like, I don't know, 24 hours party. And I'm trying to say that dancing like 24 hours and doing diving into ice hole and sauna and hot tub probably not the healthiest thing ever, but seeing a friend, you know, all your life from your childhood. By the way, we are all classmates. So it gives you so much positive energy, which keeps you up for the rest of the year until next winter. And that makes my, that reminds me that movie, Silky Bible, I think that's what it is. And our tradition makes this movie my favorite one. Thank you.
We have no more questions, and with that, I declare the table topic session closed.
I'm voting.
So please scan your QR codes and vote for the best table topics session speaker.
Thank you very much, Nikolai.
Thank you.
We still.
I see secret messages.
Only from you.
They're not from me.
I think we all did a great job approaching to winter holidays. We used skating, skiing, snowboarding, watching movies, all kinds of activities to get faster to our destination, which is winter holidays. And now I think it's about time to invite to the stage Madam General Evaluator. Nivenka? Yes.
Hello?
Yes, are you ready? The stage is yours. If you want to say a couple of words about your favorite winter activities, we would greatly appreciate that. If you're ready, please, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Well, for my winter activities, I must admit that I did not have very many of them last years, but now as I will stop going to work, I hope that in those few years that I will not be too old, I will enjoy some skiing as we have some ski resort nearby, and so I hope if not this, then next year maybe. But now let's go for our general evaluation part. In the beginning, we will hear personal evaluations from two speeches. First speech was from George, and it will be evaluated by Vasilisa Belousova. Please.
Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Today, we witnessed a sparkling speech. Thank you, Grigori, for that. You showed a really true commitment to the old advice of each Toastmaster to ask question before the speech. But you have done it so outstanding that your whole speech evolved around audience engagement. I never seen that before in any Toastmaster speech, so thank you for that. Another thing, Grigori used a very interesting information. I'm sorry, Georgi. Georgi used a very interesting information that we all heard a little bit about, but never committed fully to Googling it and finding out about it. But, of course, any speaker could use advice to get improved. You get even more engaging with the audience. Well, although I loved Grigori's approach to asking questions to the audience, I found out a bit that I was getting lost during the questions. Georgi would make a lot of unnecessary pauses and explain the questions to the point that I would forget the questions from the beginning. So I would advise Grigori to maybe sum up the question after the explanation so the audience could get more engaged and remember what they should be answering and what they should be not answering.
Also, I would like to improve a bit your conclusion. Even though it is very strong that the good thing we should do sports, we should get motivated, and you incorporate all your questions into the conclusion. I think that if Grigori made a summary of all the questions that he asked, we could have made come up to the conclusion ourselves at the end of the speech. Because after some time, after all the explanations, I couldn't remember all 3 questions. I'm sorry, usually I couldn't remember them myself, but they're very interesting, and I was engaged during your speech and really listening into what you were going to ask. So, all in all, thank you for your speech. I'm waiting for future of your speeches and many new tricks that I would learn from my own speeches. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vasilisa, and I believe that George is fond of your evaluation. Now we had second speech from Aliona, and this speech will be evaluated by Valeria Pogorelova.
Aliona, it's no secret that I actually invited Aliona here tonight. Shock horror. I invited Aliona to present her speech because I was so impressed with the content when I heard it for the first time. This is the second time Aliona presented the same speech, and the same thing still impresses me again and again every time I see you present, whether it's table topics, whether it's prepared speeches. I feel like I see the real person on stage. You're not trying to be anyone else. Even if you feel uncomfortable, you feel shy, I still feel this connection to a real person. And I think that's very important in public speaking, because we're often taught to try all these skills, try all these different techniques, but it's rarely said that just be yourself. And this is what you really succeed at. Another thing that I thought was very impressive and sparkling was the research completed for this project. I've personally never heard of a mandala chart. You know what, let's actually check. Hands up, who has heard of a mandala chart? No one, not a single person. Yes, thank you. Let's applaud that. In the world of technology and internet, it's very rare that we come on stage and we say something new, something fresh that people haven't heard of before. So, Aliona, this is amazing. The research that's gone into this project, very strong point. Now, before I give you any more praise, let's talk about improvements. The project was, of course, about vocal variety and body language. You already know what I'm going to say. There were many opportunities you could take to play with your voice. For example, when you were describing the baseball player, this is what it looked like. He won the Japanese series during 2016, which is fine. You've given us the information, but imagine the difference. He won the Japanese series during 2016. There's so much you can do with your voice to put an emphasis on whatever you want to put emphasis on. He won during 2016, the Japanese series. You can play with your voice and put the emphasis and accent on what you want us to put our attention to. And the other thing I would like to suggest, your speech was only 10 minutes, 35 seconds. There was an opportunity to really take us step by step through the charts, to maybe get more people involved, maybe even act as a teacher a little bit. Go around, you give people paper, get them to write it. I love the app. I love the fact that you found the app and we downloaded the app, but you could also do it physically because you had time. You had time to do that. But I feel like all of that can be easily improved, and you are on an amazing path to become an excellent speaker with your research, with your personality. I've seen the red sign, thank you very much. And with your timing, just like me. We can always improve on timing. Thank you very much, Alona. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you. After these personal evaluators of speeches, we will continue with other special evaluators. I am now calling our counter, Bulat Safiulin.
Thank you very much. Yes. You know what I found? We like to say so it's our favorite counters. So the most clearest speech was what it is? Not mine. Tatiana, Samira, and that's it.
Everyone was terrible.
Yes, please pay attention for this is words.
Thank you, Bulat, for your accounting. And we proceed with our grammarian, Samira, and let's hear how many times sparkling did appear.
I'm back with my report. First, I would like to put your attention to some brilliant examples of English language usage. I really like the phrases such as to stand out, eloquent, to keep someone up, to evolve around something. And now let's talk about the areas of improvement. In the George speech, I heard the collocation to do 10,000 steps. It's not really correct collocation because if you mean a process, you should say walk 10,000 steps or take 10,000 steps. If you want to talk about the end result, you should say to get 10,000 steps or to reach 10,000 steps. And I also heard the phrase examples about your patient, your motivation. You should say examples about your patience and your motivation. When you ask someone to switch slides of your presentation, you can say, let's move to the next slide. Because I remember that you struggled with choosing the right words. Yes. And when we say approach the next part, we don't use the preposition to. We don't say approach to the next part, just approach the next part. And we also had the pronunciation mistake. So the right pronunciation is atmosphere. I don't remember the wrong pronunciation, but atmosphere is correct. And as to the word of the day, sparkling, I would like to praise Alona, Tatiana, Nikolai, Valeria, and our general evaluator, Nivenka. Thank you very much for incorporating the word of the day into your speeches. So this is all. Thank you.
Thank you, Samira, for your grammarian remarks and counting the word of the day. Next one is our timer today. This is Anna Rubinina.
Once again, it's very unusual, but today we've been running ahead of time. Yeah, early. That's very, very unusual. Yes, almost everyone tried to reduce their speeches. The table topics were in the limits, except for Yura. Yura, what happened to you today? You talked only for 30 seconds. You usually.
It's a special skill.
Yeah, much more talkative. And the only person who has exceeded the limits today was Valeria with her evaluation. But Alyona gave her a lot of, I learned this phrase today, grace period.
Grace
Yeah,
period.
grace period. Because your speech was shorter than it was meant to be. Okay, so probably we'll have more time for the after party today then. Yeah, everything has its benefits. So, enjoy the rest of the meeting.
Thank you. Thank you, Anna, for your report regarding timing. Before I will call the last one, Quizmaster, I will say a few things regarding today's meeting. Meeting agenda was published in advance. I found it, and you stick to timing very well. We are even a little have a little spare time, and you did very good.
Sorry. Continue, Nevada.
Technical. Can very good technical setup for Zoom. I saw the clap flag is hung. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah.
Guests are welcomed. Guests were welcome. Guest was welcomed and introduced. And the introduction of theme was done by Toastmaster of the day, and also inviting those with roles to introduce. For me, it was very interesting. The role that we in our meeting still don't have. This is thought of the day, and it was very well done by Danili. Then we hear two interesting speeches prepared by and presented, and speakers were presented by Toastmaster Tatiana, as they should be by name and title. There was a little technical problem with presentation for Zoom viewers, but I hope that this presentation will be sent to Telegram, because we at Zoom did not really have opportunity to engage in this presentation fully. Table topic master Nikolai prepared interesting questions for participants, and we find out also some interesting things from participants' answers. He also summarized answers, and this is also good. Then our evaluators, Vasilisa and Valeria, did good evaluations and proposed improvements to speakers, to George and Alyona. Also, our special evaluators, Bulat, Samira, and Anna, did good with their evaluations. I would just like for you to check the club web page, as it was not accessible for me. But other technical aspects, you are very, very good, and I just give you kudos for all this. So this was my evaluation. Sorry for a little disturbance. Now let's call our quizmaster, Ksenia Kiseleva, and you have now quite some time to enjoy us with your questions. Thank you.
So, what was the least favorite role of Valeria?
Yes.
What is the name of our new member?
Nikolai.
Where has Daniel spent last 30 in the forest?
Yes.
Which one? Sochi or the forest?
On the forest.
In the forest.
What did Alexander Rozyanov say to Bulat last meeting?
Always timer, always timer.
Always silent. Yes.
Always time, yes.
What is the favorite Samira's winter movie?
Love Actually.
What do number 87 mean?
Number of days left until the spring.
All right.
Yes.
Stop. It is.
I determined
Where has woman found husband? In what sport?
Yeah.
According to
Your
the
teach.
Yes.
Again. Why me?
what was examples about? 3 examples according to the speech of George about.
Ah.
Yeah, the
Motivation.
Yes, that's true.
Why do we need to go 10,000 steps a day?
Because of that. Because of that.
To stay healthy.
Don't.
It's a marketing,
Yes.
marketing.
I think yes, it's true.
What's the answer?
No, там скажи why.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
What is the who is Shohei Ohtani?
Baseball player.
Baseball player.
Rugby player.
That's a conspiracy. Who am I giving it to?
Okay.
You choose. Yuri?
Yeah.
Yuri?
What criterion did Aliona use to compare a Mendel to win the table topic?
Judges scorecard like on paper,
Yes.
Okay, you share this with your neighbors.
You're like parents. You share.
What is the favorite winter theme of Nikolai?
Which Nikolai?
Theme?
Winter? Oh, film, winter film.
Harry Potter. Yes.
We've got 3 more.
Okay. Where do Olga want to go?
South Sudan.
Yes, that's true.
What is the favorite blood season?
Winter. Last one.
What is the Tatiana's and her friends' tradition in winter?
Sauna.
Yes.
Winter house sauna.
That's
Thank you. Nevenka, back to you.
Thank you, Ksenia, for your interesting questions. And I hear that all of you are very, listen very carefully, and all the answers were good. So now I will just give the word back to Madam President for your closing remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nevenka. It's always great to have a Toastmaster from another club be a general evaluator, and especially from another country outside of Russia. It's always useful to hear, so let's applaud Nevenka. I hope you all enjoyed tonight's evening. The roles that you witnessed here today, you can take every meeting. Nikolai, I'm looking at you. Next meeting, I'm going to ask Bulat, I'm going to ask Danya to message you and to ask you to take a role. Maybe a relaxing role at first, like a counter or timer or something like that. We'll discuss, we'll negotiate. Perfect. We also have the next meeting on the 18th of December, which is very, very close to Catholic Christmas. Which means the theme is going to be the next meeting, the theme will be Christmas. So we're looking for the Toastmaster of the day. No takers? No volunteers right now? Come on, guys.
You need to force them.
You need to force them. Danya is great at that, so Danya will find you anywhere. Please message myself, message Danya if you would like to be the Toastmaster of the day for the next meeting. We are very likely going to be here again. So it's going to be a very merry, very happy meeting because you see the menu has alcohol, so. And the decorations, of course, and the decorations, absolutely. But I'm sure you're all waiting to know about the table topics, results, poll. Because I have a confession to make, I unfortunately made a mistake on the voting. I put Maria as one of the people, but it was not Maria. It was Olga. So the person who was Maria, it was supposed to be Olga. I apologize. That was a mistake. But I have some good news. We actually have 2 table topic winners today. So, who can yes now? The first is Ayana. Can we take picture? I present you with the best table topics. And the second, who can be the second person? Yes. It is Maria/Olga. I present you the best table topics.
Thank you for me. Picture, please. Beautiful, beautiful.
I don't know. Everyone, again, thank you very much for making this meeting exciting, warm, welcoming. We are always accepting donations. As you can see, we have a cookies jar here. If you don't know, Toastmasters is purely run by volunteers. Most people here already know, but everyone who arranges, organizes the meetings, they do it for free. We do it because we love you guys. Of course, we love this. We love to work for free. But of course, any supplies you see printed, agendas, sometimes locations. Luckily, this location is free for us if we buy something, but sometimes we have to pay for locations. Equipment, like the camera. This is the stuff the donations go. This is the stuff we buy with the donations, and maybe sometimes chocolates and sweets as well. Rarely alcohol, rarely. But I would like to welcome you to stay. If you would like to stay, we can have the after party here. You can order drinks, order food. Next meeting, 18th of December. And finally, we would like to take a group photo with all of you. Please come to the front of the stage and online audience as well. We will take a photo with you. Let's take a group photo. I will find the waitress for the group photo. One moment.
Picture.
Oh. Just done.
You gave your my heart, but the very next day you gave it to me.
Guys, don't block the online audience, please.
Oh.
Я хорошо получаю?
Лучше всех.
Лучше всех, да?
И онлайн видно, да? И онлайн. И один раз вертикально.
Полезно.
Ага.
И раз меня делаешь.
Ты будешь скидывать видео, чтобы это... Берите роль.
Да. Все, спасибо. Thank you. Всем спасибо. Все, давайте. Чао-чао. Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Неменка, thank you.
Thank you, bye.
Bye-bye.
Ждем очно. Приезжай.